Well, coders, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at one of my all-time favorite games that I've ever played, and that is Warframe over on the PC. We're going to be taking a look at this on the ASUS ROG Ally specifically because I know a lot of you guys are probably curious, how does Warframe run on the ROG Ally? And the answer is absurdly well. We'll go over settings and what I have everything set to, as well as, whether or not this is going to be a game that you're going to be able to play in performance mode or below. But mostly we're going to be sticking to those settings and just how well in general this game runs. I gotta say, this is the Plains of Eidolon, probably one of the most demanding sections of the game. I've tested a number of different tile sets, as well as a few open world areas, and this seems to be the one that is the hardest to run, mainly because of the updates to the graphics engine. They completely redid this this whole area a while back. As you can see, they have some now microgeometry systems, as well as a completely redone art system and everything like that. And we're playing at high settings, and it's running extremely well with that GX12 renderer. So we'll be taking a look at a little bit about how well this runs. In action, it may dip a little bit below 60 FPS at times. Oh, I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. I should probably give myself some power stuff up. Oh, I don't know what this is. Okay, well, we may have to run in a little bit, but I figure, why not? Let's see if we can do any damage. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage. Oh, we can break off parts of it. This is cool as heck. Look, even if I just stand near it, it'll get damaged with this character. I'll only have 15 more seconds of low damage. And let's do this. That's not working. This thing is hurting me. Oh, now I don't have my shield up. Where did he go? There he is. I swear we're gonna get into the settings in just a little bit here. Okay, so the head is sensitive, although very specific points in the head. But as you can see, we're staying above 60 FPS even in this pretty intense battle. And this is with an enemy I've never played against. We are using FSR heavily, so we have to be really specific about what we shoot it with. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's gonna kill me. Gotta be careful, my shields are almost up. They're blowing that off. I think I fucked up its leg there. Oh yeah, I don't got any this character's a glass cannon unless you're using their abilities, but I don't have any energy to use them, so we're not going to. Anyway, as you can see, 70 FPS with this crazy fight. It looks really good and plays really good. I highly recommend everybody test this game out for themselves. It looks even better on the small screen than it does on the big screen, so that's just something to keep in mind. Hard to hit this spot. This is easier on the PC too. I've always played this on PC, so controller's new for me on this one. Oh, I think I killed all the legs, right? Oh, no, I got one more. Okay, I'm not hitting the spot. There we go, I'm hitting the spot now. Ah, I got all the legs. Oh, there's a random hit gunner here. What do I have to do now? Oh, and I got it. Okay, so as you can see, we've stayed at around 70 FPS for the most part. Oh, also, if you haven't noticed, my hair is in disarray. From all this content I've been making you, no, I've been on vacation and I've not cared at all about how I looked. So I'm recording this on the 4th of July. But as you can see, this is quite the good looking game. So let's get into the settings just to show you what this is. I got to get somewhere safer. Because otherwise they're just going to keep attacking me. It's going to be very annoying. But we have settings up very high, and it just looks sensational on the screen, like I said. So first things first, let's go to the options, and hopefully no one attacks me while I'm doing this. We are running at 1080p full screen with 120 hertz refresh rate for the panel that's on the display. No vertical sync because I have that set in the actual AMD driver settings. Max frame rate, no limit, because I like to go up to the top, but you could definitely set a 60 FPS limit and not have any fluctuation if that really does bother you. It doesn't bother me at all, so I'm going to keep it like that. Field of view is maxed, just to show you that I'm not doing any tricks to make it run better. As you can see, it was pretty zoomed out, makes it look much better. We have the FPS counter built into this too as well, if you that you can enable and disable if you'd like. That's really small down in the bottom left, so I'm not even sure you can read it. Anyway, this is the big thing here though. Right here we have our FSR set to FSR 2.2, which is probably why it runs so well, set to balance. This is only available if you run it in the DX12 mode. I'm not really sure why the rest of the graphics options are not showing here. It might be because of where I'm at. Maybe we might have to leave the Plains of Eidolon to actually play with the graphics settings. But we are set, everything is set on the high mode with every feature set. Oh no, I'm silly. It's all right here. Just got to scroll with the right stick. I'm an idiot. Graphics engine is set to the enhanced graphics engine. This will take more GPU power, but the ASUS ROG Ally has GPU power to spare as well as CPU power to spare. You have a couple different options here, but enhanced is the way to go. Custom quality preset, but that's really just high with a couple things turned up even further. Anti-aliasing is off because we're using FSR2 for our anti-aliasing. We leave this. I've always set anisotropic filtering to 4x. Probably saves us a little bit of performance there. Dynamic lighting, volumetric lighting, local reflections are on. SSAO quality actually does hit performance quite a bit, so I turn that down to medium, but it doesn't impact the visuals all that much. High shader quality, everything is enabled. I turn off film grain, bloom intensity set to normal 50, and then everything else is also enabled. So just so you know, it's not a whole lot of tweaking that you have to do, and what that means is that you have a lot of room to mess with if you'd like to go down to performance mode. We're gonna not save what I changed in here because I didn't mean to change anything, but it provides a really great image at really good frame rates. Now, what I will say is this game does feel and look better when you hit that 120 hertz frame rate. So let's go ahead and see if we can abort mission. We're going to go straight to the orbiter, and we're just going to go into a tile set just to give you a more, standard run-of-the-mill experience that you'd be getting in Warframe. So this is going to be kind of a normal high enemy count, normal environment, just to show you what the actual frame rate is when you're on average playing the game. Why are you summarizing nothing? I aborted. Thank you. On the orbiter, you're at 100 FPS, but if we were to say, let's try to see, what's a good simple tile set here? It's an excavation. Okay, simple. An excavation on Earth. This is a pretty simple tile set. It's one of the originals. It hasn't had much updates throughout the years. We can try this one and one other one just to kind of show you what the impact is when we play in different areas. Loading screens are quick. I'm running this on the SD card, so I'm not having any issues there, which has been great. I'm hoping that doesn't crop up for me. If you're concerned, I would just not run with an SD card for a while. They are working on a patch as we speak. Oh, and one other setting that I forgot to talk about, and this is something I've talked about in almost every video I've done on performance settings, is RIS is an absolute game changer for FSR use. So with RIS off, this game looks fine, if a little soft. With RIS on, it looks crisp and much closer to a native situation. But as you can see right off the bat in turbo mode, we're already at 100 FPS on average situation, with dips down to like the 80s instead of 60s and 70s. Now I'm sure you can hear that background noise, so let me go ahead and turn this audio down on my screen while I die. Before I do that, I'll do this real quick. Sorry if that's giving background noise. Give me just a second. I don't need to hear anything. You guys need to hear things. So as you can see, yeah, we're in the 80s right now on this tile set. Again, not an updated tile set, one of the older tile sets, so simple. Does have a lot of geometry on it, but runs at 80 FPS, and this is with all those settings that I just showed you. Makes this game quite attractive and very fun to play. But 80s to 90s is what you'll see on average, with peaks up to 100. Even with lots of enemies on screen, it's not a big deal. So let's go ahead and begin this little mission part. I don't remember how to. Oh, here we go. It just starts.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered and
Oh, I don't have any.
enemy
I don't have any. I don't have any energy. Got bad guys coming. Okay, I got energy now. That should be nice and easy. Keep them off of it.
The excavator has lost power. Find another cell.
What? I gotta go get cells. I forgot that. Oh, that's right. That's how this works. Forgot how this this mission style works. It's clicking with me now. Pretty simple mission style, but it is an engaging mission style rather than just kill all the enemies. So we've dipped down a little bit, but we're not struggling by any means to keep the frame rate into a very playable state. We're dipping down to the 60s at the lowest is what I'm seeing, but nothing below it so far, and that's really good. I've even seen stuff where missions where I've held 120 FPS, so I think that is a reasonable expectation at times, is to be able to see that kind of experience on the regular. No power loss here. We're gonna keep this thing going. Oh, I got my pistol going. We're just gonna level that pistol up right now. I hate this pistol. I think I was just doing it to get some normal things going. And this is almost done. So as you can see, really consistent frame rates. No issues here.
Is now available.
Oh, okay, I'm out of energy.
Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact.
Absolutely crushing these guys. And again, this looks great on my big 1440 screen, but it looks even better when it's not on my screen. Give me some energy. Drop some energy, you fools. That way I can just hold you off instead of having to fight you off. Oh, these guys suck the energy from me. And give these guys shields, which is really annoying. Don't even know what that is. Get wrecked. And we're almost done with this dig. Been very successful so far. There we go.
Your hard work has just been rewarded.
So that is a quick look at the settings and options that you have. If you really want to play at lower frame rates, lower frame rates, lower TDPs, you definitely can. We'll go ahead and just switch to performance mode to give you some indication as to what these settings look like when we go into performance mode. I'm going to say that it's going to drop below 60 FPS. Yeah, and we're hitting that 40 FPS. Definitely still playable, but not ideal in a game like this where everything is extremely fast action. There are times when it'll get close to 60, and on the VR display, it's definitely harder to tell. But when you're below 48 FPS, it's going to feel below 48 FPS. When you're above it, it's going to feel like 60 essentially. So I would say performance mode on these settings are pretty reasonable. You'd probably be able to bump down FSR to performance and get a little bit more frame rate out of it, or you could just lower everything to medium and be absolutely golden, which is what I'd recommend. Lower the graphics down to medium, or even go back to that classic graphics mode, which will even eke out more performance than that. So you got options. make sure you explore them. I would say this game's probably not going to run super well on silent mode unless you lower everything to low and go to 720p, but that is an option as well. Make sure to like the video if you want to see more videos on different games like this, as well as deep dives like we have been doing for the last couple games. I'm always eager to take a look at games in different capacities, so just let me know what you guys want to see, and we'd be happy to take a look. Anyway, that's all we have for today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and as always, stay classy, coders.